Okay. Hello, everyone. I hope you can hear my voice. We are waiting Mohammed as well. Yeah, here we have Mohammed as well. Hello, Mohammed.
Hi
Welcome.
everyone.
Hello. Hello, everyone. This is Burak from Kloia team. So I will be giving some details about us and about me and about the our meetup here. And after that, I will hand microphone to Mohammed for the today's topics. So I am Burak from Kloia. I'm working as a QA consultant and QA manager. So as Kloia team, we provide consultancy in different regions. We have offices in London, Amsterdam, Istanbul, and UAE, Dubai. So as Kloia team, we always provide meetups and community events, those kind of events. So far, we organized different community events, such as DevOps Underground in London and QA Coffee Talks or Application Modernization Coffee Talks. So finally, we have just started to run a new meetup group in Dubai. So our aim with this Kloia Tech Community Dubai meetup group is to share our knowledge, sharing new technologies, discussing new approaches according to IT, software development, microservices, cloud and DevOps services, and etc. On the other side, we want to organize demo sessions in this under this meetup group. This is the first webinar of this community group, and I hope we all together going to make this community bigger and more efficient for everyone sooner. And maybe in the future, in the short future, we will be organizing in-person events at some venues in Dubai. This is the general brief of us and our aim with the tech community group. And at the end of the session, we will have 10 or 15 minutes Q&A session, and Mohammed and Waibab will be answering your questions if you have. And if you have questions regarding to the presentation and the demo that will be presented by Mohammed, you can drop your questions in the chat. We will be answering them at the end of the presentations and demo. So I hope, as I said, we will make I hope to make this community group bigger and more efficient together for everyone in the future. And thank you for joining today. And Mohammed, microphone is yours. Thank you. I think we can hear you now.
Sorry. Thank you, Burak. Now I'm going to share my screen and I will start the demo. Okay, now it is showing, I guess. Okay. Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to our event called How to Build a Fully Automated Mobile Test Automation with Digital.ai Continuous Testing Platform. My name is Mohammed Topçu, and I am a test automation engineer and consultant working at Kloia. And I am working at the area of test automation specifically, and I am familiar with Java and Ruby languages and also Appium and Selenium frameworks. In today's agenda, I am going to give a brief introduction to device farms, and we will take a glance at Digital.ai Continuous Testing Platform. And after that, I am going to demonstrate how can we integrate our test automation project with CI/CD pipelines. I would like to talk about Kloia briefly, and we are solution providers in DevOps, DevSecOps, cloud, Kubernetes, microservices, and software testing. areas, and we have customers from all around the globe, such as USA, UK, Germany, Finland. And we are within 4 nominated AWS partners globally for modernization projects. And we have several ongoing modernization projects currently. I would like to define what Cloud Device Farm is. It is basically a server containing real devices that you can connect through a network. And it has several benefits, such as device diversity, that you can choose and use different kind of devices. You can execute these in different regions. And you don't have to worry about purchasing different devices for different tests and maintain them, such as without considering bloating batteries or heating issues, etc. And you can execute parallel testing in there, and you can integrate your CI/CD pipeline with device farm. And it is operating system agnostic, so you don't need to worry about your computers and systems operating system. Digital.ai Continuous Testing has 9 global data centers, and it is code and platform agnostic, so you don't need to worry about your base projects written language, whether it is written in Java, Python, or Ruby. It doesn't matter. You can integrate it with device farm, and it provides different types of testing, such as accessibility testing, functional testing, performance testing, and it is compatible with open sources such as Appium, XUI test, etc. And it is possible to carry out your manual testing and automated testings through web and mobile browsers and mobile devices. And it provides different kind of services, such as service as a service, that you can connect to the cloud and use these devices through the network. Or if you want to build these devices on your own building, you can choose on-premise option. Or you can, if you want both of them, you can choose a hybrid one if you want. And Digital.ai Continuous Testing Platform provides us different kind of APIs from test aspects and project management. Whether it's projects, test views, reports, it gives us a wide variety of APIs, and you can also use project management APIs to manage your users, creating or giving them some specific authorizations, using devices and applications, and also reserving devices, which I will be cover in a minute. Let's go to the dashboard of the continuous testing platform. Now, first, when you open the website, first thing you see is this general information dashboard. You can see device statuses in here, how many devices you have, and which in which status these devices are. Here is reservation history. Here is user usage, that you can define different kind of users to your own account, and you can manage them, give them some specific authorizations, and see how many hours they use these devices. And here is device usage. These are the specific devices that you have used, and how many hours that you have used are also stated in here. And also here is an event log, that basically everything that's related to devices are logged in here. Let's look at the devices section. Here you can see some devices that are available for our demo account in here. And you see 6 devices. And here are some filters that you can filter the devices according to your own specific needs. And by clicking this name of the filter, it reorders them as ascending or descending order of that filter. Or if you click on this 3-dot button here, it gives a list of filters that specific things, such as names of the devices, and you can filter them more efficiently. And also you can see general information about these devices here, such as the region that this device in and the version of the operating system, such as Android, the 10th version, or iOS 14.5 version here. And I would like to talk about the licensing system in here. There are basically two licensing systems for devices. One of them is private license, and the other one is the sharing device. Private device is actually self-explanatory. It is private for your own accord, and you can use it whenever you want, however you want. But if you are using the sharing devices actually acts like first come first serve basis. If someone uses that particular resource, you may not be able to use that device. So here comes the device reservation to the rescue. If you are using a sharing device, you need to make sure that this device is available for your own execution schedule. I mean, if you are planning to execute some regression or smoke test for a specific time period, you need to make sure that device is available for that time frame. And with device reservation, you can make sure that that is available. The only thing that you need to do is come to new reservation section and click on add device option here. Let's say that I want to reserve iPhone 11 and select the time frame that I would like to. Let's say I want Friday and 12:15. Then in this time period I will book it for which user that I will use it. I will reserve it for myself, and let's say for smoke testing. And as you can see, the device has been reserved for that time period. So it is really cool feature if you work with scheduled manner to make sure that the devices that you need are available for that time frame. Now let's go to device and see what tools for that device the Digital AI Continuous Testing offers. It may take a while to open that device, so let's look at the application tab in here. This section is about the applications that you have uploaded to the cloud. Here you can see different kind of applications in here. Some of them Android, some of them iOS applications, and these are available when we launch this device on the cloud. But you can choose the suitable applications from here to install them on the device that you have launched. So we will see them when the device launch as well. Now let's look at the browsers in here. Also, Digital AI Continuous Testing offers browser and emulators licensings. If you want to carry out your UI testings, web UI tests, or if you want to execute your test in emulators, you can get these licenses as well. Here you can see that 4 different browsers, and there are 3 different operating systems. And if you buy one browser license, it is possible to run 4 parallel executions with these browsers. I mean, if you buy one browser license, you can execute 4 parallel executions. And let's look at the settings in here. Here you can see the users. You can create from this button here users and manage their authorizations, what can they do with these devices, and they all can be managed from here. And let's see the device policies in here. you can configure what device will be doing after and before the booting up the device. Let's say clearing device logs and or opening it up without cleaning any cache. You can choose it from here. And there are some network profiles. You can create and manage your network profiles to specific configurations, execute your test in specific configurations. And I will check this device couldn't be opened, so I will try again. Let's try again. It is launching. Yes. Now, this is the device that we have connected to. You can actually interact with it. So it is possible to make manual testing with this device. And let's look at this application tab in here. There's two tabs actually. One of them is cloud, one of them device. Cloud is basically the other tab that I have shown you earlier, having different kind of applications that we have uploaded beforehand. And these are the applications that are available there, but only the ones that are compatible with this device. And if you click on the device tab, you can see that all installed applications can be seen here. Now I would like to install our demo application. And there are two options in here. One of them is install, one of them is instrumented install. What is the difference between vanilla and instrumented one? Instrumented one actually allows you to carry out the tests about some hardware properties such as camera or microphone. I mean, if you are carrying out a test that is related to scanning QR codes, barcodes, etc., you need to use this instrumented version. Now we are installing it, and it will take a little bit of time. Now it is installed. Let's open our application. I will give the default values login. Okay. Now let's look at these tools in here. One of them is device passcode. You can enable or disable the passcode according to your own execution or test suites. And here is simulate capture. Simulate capture is the one that I have told you earlier, that like imitating the scanning these scenarios. Let's look at it. You can go to, let's click on scan check. And after I click this scan check, we will see that our camera has opened. So it actually opens the camera of this device. And after we use the barcode here, uploaded this image here, it actually imitates this scanning feature. Now, let's go to network tunneling. Network tunneling is basically if you have a project that is connected to a private network that cannot be reached from other computers or networks and needs a specific configuration. By network tunneling, you can make sure that your own configuration can be applied to these devices, and these devices can be reached from your project. So it is an important one. And here is capture network traffic. This is also a cool feature because you don't need to integrate or use third-party applications such as Charles Proxy to capture your network. It is all integrated to Digital.ai Continuous Testing platform, and you can choose the type of the file, the record file, such as HAR or PCAP, and after that you can capture and save it as these file formats. Here is remote debugging. Remote debugging also a cool feature that Digital.ai Continuous Testing platform provides. It actually allows you to debug your code on these real devices through the cloud. So not just for software testers, but also the developers can get benefit from this option. But it is only available for private devices. It cannot be used with sharing devices. Here is authentication. You can scanning your fingerprint and getting these success or error messages you can choose from here. There's a locale selection, like language and region you can select, and also a geolocation option that you can specify your latitude and longitude in here. And also sharing session is an important one. You can share your this device's session with other people so that they can monitor this device in real time. It is actually important if you are carrying out POCs or some demos with your teams or potential customers. It is actually a nice feature to make it more understandable from other people. Now let's look at these other tools. Here is a performance one. You can choose your network profile and monitor your performance of your application here. You can choose 4G, 3G, etc. So this one is for the performance testing. And here is the logging service that you can log what's going on behind the scenes when your application is running. And after stopping it, you can download this log as TXT file. Here is the other metrics that you can monitor, such as CPU, memory, battery, and the network. You can manage and monitor them from here. And here is accessibility options for accessibility testing, such as shrinking the device's size, and color blindness options that change the I don't know if it is visible in this screen. Let me change it. You can see that colors are changing. Blurring the device display for impaired users, and it is possible to make this kind of accessibility testing as well. And that's it. Okay, now I will end this session and we will look at the now hands-on examples. Now here you see our base project for our mobile test automation demo. Here we have written this project with Ruby language at the background. Also Appium and Cucumber framework also is used. But I won't get into the details of this project. This is for just for the demonstration. What I will show you in here is that the transition of mobile configurations for your local machine and for the cloud machine, and what differentiates between these two configurations. And you will see that it is so simple to make a transition between them. Now, the thing that we see as device config, the YAML file here, is for my local one. I mean, if I want to connect my own device to my computer and run this test automation project, I need to use these capabilities and this configuration file. Here you can see some capabilities in here, such as platform name as iOS or Android. Here is bundle ID of the applications. The device name can be customized. The applications folder, as you can see, it is my own computers, and other application and device options here. The Appium version, and you can see that as server URL is also my host machines. Now, when we look at the the cloud capabilities, what changes? Let's look at it. And as you can see, first of all, an access key can be seen here from different from the local one. This access key can be easily reached from the dashboard of the continuous testing platform. Let's click on the profile button in here and click on the access key. And here is copying this access key and pasting it here. It is same, so I won't be pasting again. And in here, the application, as you can see, it's changed with the prefix of cloud so that it says that find this application on the cloud. And here is device query. It is optional. You can use this query for specify the specific device that you need, such as let's say that I want a device that has a specific operating system version. Its category can be a phone or tablet, and the version can be changed according to your own needs. So you don't need to try to find and see specific UDIDs for that device. Instead, you can specify its capabilities in here. And bundle ID, as you can see. And the other thing that has changed is actually the server URL. As you can see, we changed it with partners.expertest.com. And as it is so simple that you just only change three different capabilities, and the project is ready to run on the cloud. Now let's look at for CI/CD, but before that, I will continue my presentation for CI/CD integration. As I have shown you earlier, we need, firstly, for our complete CI/CD pipeline, we need a base project, such as the earlier one. You can write this project according to your own team's technical skills or your own capabilities or your requirements, and it can be any language such as Java, Ruby, C#, Python. It is written in any language, and it can use Appium, XUI tests, etc. And we can use public code repositories to store this project, such as GitHub, Bitbucket, and then we can connect this repository with our CI/CD tool, such as Jenkins. I will show this demo on Jenkins as well. And if you have an application that is agile and gets updated frequently, and you need to make sure that newer builds of this application are tested, or you can reach different kind of builds for different testing periods. So you may want to use some build managers such as Bitrise App Center, and this can be integrated with your CI/CD tool, and it can work both ways. Actually, if you are using for example, Jenkins in a scheduled manner, you can make it to get a specific app build, the latest one or specific one from the Bitrise, or you can make a triggered version, like if a new build is uploaded to the Bitrise can trigger your Jenkins pipeline, and it can build a job according to that specific build. And so when this trigger happens, how can we run our tests? Of course, with device farm, Digital.ai's continuous testing. And when we integrate it with it, after the triggering, all tests are executed on the cloud devices. And before these and after these executions, a notification can be sent through your favorite communication applications, whether it is Gmail, Slack, or Microsoft Teams. And also after the execution, a test report can be created. It can be used, some tools can be used such as Cucumber and Azure reporting. And you can also integrate after these reports are generated, you can integrate some test management tools such as Jira or X-Ray as well. Now let's go to our Jenkins pipeline. Here we have created some jobs in there, and as you can see, some Android and iOS one we can see. Let's run this iOS job. I'm gonna run this one, then I will explain because it takes a while. As you can see, some declarations in here, and it says it sends select notification first to notify you that the execution has been started. And we have here the demo channel, and you can see that the smoke job has been started. And let's look at the parameters in here while it is running the job. And you can see that we have created some parameters according to our own needs, but it can be changed if you need or do not need some of them. You can remove or add additional ones. Here you can see tag name. This tag name is the tags of the test scenarios, and we want to run specific scenarios that only has these smoke tag on them. And here is a build number. I will talk about it when I show you the Bitrise integration. Here is device UDID. You can specify UDID if you want, or if you do not specify, the APIs will find a suitable ones according to the platform versions or device model that you have specified. But if you specify device UDID, it actually overrides these specific parameters. So device UDID has a priority. And you can choose your beta, prod, or other environmental variables. And here is a retry count. Retry count is 0 here. Actually, this is if your scenario fails, this is the number of times that it will retry your scenario until it succeeds. So if it is 0 and it fails, it fails. But if it is 1, then it tries once more time. And here is threshold count. Threshold count actually for a bigger test suites that takes like 2 or 3 hours to finish a whole process. And if something is wrong with this test suite and it gets so many failures, and if this failure count exceeds this threshold, let's say that it gets 6 failures, then without waiting for the test suite's execution to finish, it actually sends you notification that something is wrong with the test execution, so you can take action more swiftly. Now, session has ended here. I will show how it carries out with the parallel execution side. Now we will see that. Sorry. When we finish, I will show you the reportings and how Azure report works. Okay. Now I open the Azure report. We created 2 different scenarios. One of them should be successful, and one of them a negative scenario that we expect to be failed. So both of them has been run. When we click on this successful build, we can see that the steps of this scenario, and here you can see video link Then we click on it. Actually, it's a cool feature as well. The Digital.ai Continuous Testing platform captures all the test runs that you executed on the server, so you can reach everything that has done that carried out here, and all the steps can be shown here, such as finding element, clicking on it, and sending keys to the element. So it is easy to trace the what failed and what was wrong with the if the scenario has failed. Also, let's look at the negative scenario here, and it shows that at which step it failed, and when according to our base project, when a scenario fails, it captures a screenshot. So it says that the failure is happened on the screen, but also there's a video link as well, so you can find this particular time that the failure happened. Now let's go to Jenkins again, and let's run parallelly. Sorry, this one is single run. I will parallel run, build with parameters. I will write here just login so that we don't have to execute the failing test, the negative test. And here is the parallel count. But here's the parallel count that we specify on which, how many devices it should execute the tests. Here's the app build number that I will show you a little bit later. And here's the platform version of the devices. One of the device will be working on this version and the other one this. And here's the device UD IDs, and at the last parameters, we can see that device model in here. Let's build. And when it builds, we will see that it triggers the single run jobs on here. As you can see, the 3 jobs has been triggered and they are going to run parallelly. And we can also see on this continuous testing platform that they have been on the queued state. Then after that, they went to the running state here. And it is possible also viewing all the running tests in small images in here as statically, dynamically. And you can also click on view, and you can monitor them more efficiently here. As you can see, it writes the credentials in here according to our tests, and so on. Now I don't want to make you wait for the execution stop. The flow is the same, just it works with the parallel devices executions. Now let's look at the Bitrise integration. Lastly, Bitrise is, you can use Bitrise or other different kind of build management systems. We have created a project and this is for the finding specific builds this project and manage them with the Jenkins pipeline. Let's say that in our applications we have 16th and 14th versions. Let me delete this one for the sake of this demonstration. And let's say that we want to build our execution with the 15th build number, and it does not, we don't have it on our cloud. Then with the integration, when we start this job, the app build version, by stating the app build version, we will make the API to find a specific build that we specified, whether it can be the last build or it can be specific one such as the 15th build. The rest are the same with the iOS one, but this one is for Android. And I stated the 15th version, so let's start this build. Let's look at this step, check and upload app. This actually checks the if the specified build is on the cloud. If it is not, then it goes and downloads it and uploads it to the cloud, then installs it to our device. As you can see, it came from the 16th build version. And it is now on the queue since it is now being installed on the device. Then after the installation, it goes to running state. Here you can see. Let's open it up. And it opens our application that we wanted to install as the 16th version. Now, all I wanted to demonstrate are done. We can actually go to Q&A session here. Now, if you have some questions, it is the right time. Welcome.
Thanks, Mohammed, for the great presentation.
Thank you so much. Okay, we have a question. What is the payments or subscription model from Orchun Hanai?
Yes, so we have different types of payment models. I think it would be easier to discuss that on a one-to-one call, Orkun, so we can definitely reach out to you offline to talk more on that. But depending on your requirements, there are different options available, and even the different deployment options are available, be it hosted or on-premise, as Mohammed earlier mentioned.
Would you like to give another information about the Digital AI Continuous Testing that I didn't mention or forgot to mention while we are waiting for questions?
Yes, I think you have given definitely a very wonderful presentation already, covering most of the things. And just some things we did not talk about in today's session. So just to give an overview to the audience. The platform, what we saw today was from basically a user's perspective, how the platform looks like. But even if you consider yourself as an administrator managing a big team, then there are different capabilities available for you, which we did not look at today. So those things are available from administration perspective. And then we have different kinds of roles available when you are talking about users also. So you have capabilities wherein you can define what devices a particular users or teams can see. So if you are a big organization thinking to start your testing journey, then all those capabilities are also available, which we can definitely dive deeper into if you are showing interest in the solution.
A question. Does it require cost for reservation?
So the way our license model works is you just pay for a device license. And once you have a device license, then you can use it in a private dedicated solution. You can use it 24/7, 365. There's no cost after once you acquire the license. So after that, there's no additional cost for reservation.
Will it support only with open source tools like Appium, Selenium, or is it have support for personalized tools as well, like Test Complete, etc.?
So when we talk about Appium Selenium, of course, we support that because that is where the market is moving. But we keep on supporting any new frameworks which comes out. For example, if I talk about frameworks like Cypress and those things, those are also supported. We even have our own internal framework called CTS client that is also supported. That is used for, again, both mobile and browser testing. But when you talk about proprietary frameworks, so since we don't have direct access to them, so we don't really claim support for those. But if it is something we can, you're working on today, we can definitely explore if there's a possibility of integration to tools or frameworks like that.
If you have any questions, we would like to answer them. You can drop your questions in the chat. By the way, thanks for the questions so far.
I'm taking it as a compliment that I have covered many things.
Okay, seems we don't have more questions. Yeah, okay. Thanks for the presentation and the demo, Mohammed. I hope it was beneficial for everyone, for the people who joined today with us. So, as I mentioned at the beginning of the session, this community group aims to knowledge sharing, discovering the new technologies regarding DevOps, microservices, cloud services, or test automation as well. So we will be continuing organizing webinars in the upcoming weeks for sure. And if you have any questions regarding any topics, you can drop your questions in the meetup page. So we would like to answer them. So thanks again. Okay, we have one more question. Okay.
The
Okay, so
device operating system, if someone required the latest one, like 14 beta or 15 beta, can we have such facility?
yes, so this is a very interesting question. So, of course, as you're testing as newer devices and operating system versions are launched, you need to make sure your applications work on those. So we make it our priority that we are among the first ones in the market to support a new OS version or even a new device when it comes out in the market. So yes, whenever you require any new beta version or GA version, whenever it is coming in the market, we are definitely will be among the first ones to support it. And of course, we can provide you early access to it as soon as it is available, even the development versions which come out as betas, etc.
Vaibhav, if I'm not wrong, you already released a recording of that, right? For the new beta version, if I'm not
Correct.
mistaken.
That's correct. Yeah. Mhm.
Yeah.
So we already support even the iOS 17 beta and even the GA version, which was just released a few days ago. So we already support that, and we were the first ones in the market to support it.
Okay, so if you don't have more questions, we can close the session for now. But as I mentioned, we will be organizing um, new webinars with different topics for the upcoming weeks for sure. So thank you for everyone for joining today. And thanks again, Mohammed, for your presentation and the demo. And Vaibhav, thank you for your support for the answers today. And of course, for the questions from the folk. Thank you, everyone. Hope to see you soon again. We will be announcing a new webinar in the following weeks. Thanks, everyone.
Thanks, everyone.
See ya.